Hey, okay. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. So it is 11:33 and I'm late for my stream. Apologize for that. I had stuff going on and setting up, and the chances of me being on time for the stream, it happens, and I know I've put it up there as far as being on time. So yeah, I have some topics today. I actually wanted to be prepared for this, and I got a straw this time. So just looking at the topic here. Yeah, I had a whole bunch of running around to do. I had to get it done. I'm trying to angle this camera because there's a window over here and I keep getting a glare. So excuse me. And now you can see the right there at the computer screen. So I can't win with this angle here because, especially with the light coming in and all that stuff. I'll just give it a couple minutes before I actually get started here. But so like I said, I got some topics to go over today. Oh, and it's just water. Just getting my water in for today. That's all. But yeah, I mean, how's the weekend going so far? People enjoyed your Saturday, you're enjoying your Sunday, and all that good stuff. You've got a busy week coming up. I know I kind of do. Kind of got a busy week coming up. But a second. Let me just. Here's some strange noise coming back there at that tank for a second. So, yeah, anyway, it's been a busy morning, all right? And so what I need to do is I have things to finish up today, but some topics here. So I was looking up, I know people have axolotls. I never owned one before, but I mean, I have no idea. I don't know if anybody out there is an owner of one, or let me move this. I'm tired of that computer screen, literally, I don't know, whatever. You're going to see some fish back there. Okay. And so, and is it, my question to people is it difficult to own one? Okay. Like how is, I mean, is it like owning close to, I mean, I don't know. Is it an amphibian? Is it a fish considered, or what? Who knows, right? And I haven't decided I haven't really thought too much about owning one, but I think they're interesting, interesting to look at, interesting to, I guess, to keep one, maybe, right? And but that that's something for people to think about, I guess, if you're not sure about ever owning one. I have no clue on how hard it is to own one of those things. Do they need a certain type of lighting ever so often or what? Who knows? So I mean that's something I can get back to um, later on. But hey Olivia, what's going on? I just got on here kind of late. I was supposed to be on here at 11, but I just got up here. So I was just talking about oxalatos. Like I said, I've never owned one. I don't know if you have or you know anybody that does, or I know there's people on here that do. And I always thought they were just kind of interesting to look at. I have no idea. I'd have to do research on how it is to own one. I think they're just interesting, kind of cool looking. But and something so on a different note here, okay, on a different topic. So I recently just in my saltwater tank, not recently, sorry, this is a while back. I put together like a sump, and I already showed, I talked about it and everything. And hi Dee Dee, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. And so I don't know if you've ever seen these clamps before, these type of little plastic clamps. I got a whole container of different sizes of these clamps, right? So, and you know how you got those metal clamps with the screwdriver that you tighten up like on a hose or something? I have that underneath my saltwater tank where the sump is at. Okay, so I know after a while the salt gets on it and it corrodes. So anyway, if I saw these on Amazon, okay, there's a bigger one. All right, these little clamps, and they you just squeeze them together and they clamp. So my thing is, okay, I'm sure they work great. I'm still trying to figure these clamps. You need pliers. Okay, you got to get pliers and squeeze them because these things are so hard to squeeze. Okay, just so hard to squeeze on there, and they're really a pain in the butt. Okay, but I'm sure they're plastic. They work. And so, but I think they're probably still good. Okay, probably still good. And so, I mean, I'm just going to keep using them. I'm going to use them all the time. Like how often do you need to use them though? Right. Because I mean, they work in water. Like if you have to have, like if you say you got a pump, a return pump, and you got to pump in a water. So these things work great because the metal was obviously, they're going to rust, right? They're going to rust and they're going to not do well, whatever. But there's a whole bunch of different sizes. I got a tiny one. Look at this. Look at that, a tiny clamp. What kind of, I mean, you get a hose that's thin enough for that, but whatever. That's cool. That's cool. So I think they were like $12 off Amazon or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't want this straw. Yeah, if I keep doing streams here, this is going to be the pain in the butt with this glare. You can see my computer screen. See me waving. Anyway, I know at night times it's a lot better because there's no light outside and I don't get the reflection off the fish tank. So sometimes I do my streams upstairs in my office. Sometimes I do them down here. It really depends where I feel like sitting at. So, because I like to, I have some tanks upstairs. I got some downstairs. I like to just kind of maybe do a little walkthrough and see like if anything's new with them or something. So yeah, and I'll probably do do a walkthrough a little bit later on these tanks just to kind of show anything new, which I did get a couple new type of barbs at my local fish store. And so they're cool. I've never heard of them. And I have to remember what they're called, but I'll show them. All right. But So I just came back from getting, like, I went to the store. We have, like, like our gas station here. We have one called Wawa, and it's like a huge thing around here. I don't know if they're in any other states. I'm sure it is. But I just got gas for my truck, and yes, it's a truck. It's a full size truck, and it holds like, I think, over 20 gallons because I just purchased gas, and this is just using regular. Okay, and this is like, that I was told using mid grade is probably better to use on it, which it could be. I don't know. I keep hearing mixed reviews about it, but uh, I was literally down to like 10 miles left supposedly on my gas tank, so I was really low. So, and I saw gas, at least here. I know it's more expensive in other places. This isn't the cheapest, but it's not anywhere close to the most expensive. It was $3.99 for regular. Okay, $3.99 for regular. Here, that's at that gas station. I looked across the street at a Shell gas station. It was like $4.19. It was far away. So usually they advertise the regular. If they show all three in one bigger, like one would be like the regular to show the lowest price, right? So if that's the case, across the street, wow, it was only $3.99. There was a huge like 20-cent difference in gas, which I guess it's, I guess it happens. But I filled up my truck, just over 21 gallons of gas, and I spent like $86 for gas is $3.99 to completely fill up my truck. That's the most I've ever spent. Okay, $86 to fill up my truck, and yeah, it's a truck. Okay, and gas goes up, gas goes down, but it's what it is. It's what it is. So yeah, I don't know how much it is without looking it up. I don't know how much it is in California for gas. I have no clue, right? Haven't got a clue. But it's going to keep going up. We could get here where I live. We could get up to like $4.50. I wouldn't be surprised if, with everything that's going on, we could get up to $5. $5 in gas. But I know West Coast probably already is. Let me see here. Let's see if I can pull up the share the screen. I'm getting good at sharing the screen now, so I want to do that. How do I do that? Let's see. Share. Wait. Window. Entire screen. Share system audio. I guess. Okay, there we go. System audio. I don't know what that means, but all right. Now let me go to. Oh no. Let me go back. Minimize. No, wait. See if I can get this correct. I always mess this up. Share screen. Nope, that ain't it. I guess that probably would be it. New tab. Nope, that's not it. I always forget how I do this. Let me start over. Share screen. Minimize this. Okay, get rid of that. Bring this over. And then get a new tab. Okay. Sorry for the trying to. There we go. Is that good? No, right there. No, I don't want to be. Okay. It's. I guess that's as good as it'll get, unless I know I'm doing something not right here. And I'm just looking this up now because I don't know. I don't live over there. Okay. Okay. So I'm seeing $7 in Southern California, in SoCal. Lines are long at Arcadia Sam's Club for gas. Bargain, wait, 4.29. I don't know if that's okay. Here we go.
Dollars for super. With the war raging in Ukraine, gas prices continue to skyrocket, with LA County seeing a 14-cent per gallon hike in just one day. NBC4's McCollum Medina is live for us in Arcadia at one gas station.
Oh, I messed that up. So I'm not going to sit here and show this or anything, but so it showed $7. Are you kidding me? Who lives in the West Coast? Anybody here on the West Coast right now? I don't know if Florida is more expensive. Who knows? But I'm it's I wouldn't even be able to. Let's see.
Let's take a look. That sign says $7 for super.
Okay, so that's for premium. All right. Well, if you're buying premium gas, then $6.65. Good Lord, man. I can't just. That's insane, right? That's insane. Who could? You better hope you live close to work, or at least ride your bike. But man, I don't know. Has gas been any higher over there? Higher than that, I guess. I'm going by regular. Okay, the common person uses regular, and I would say common person. I mean, I can't imagine how much diesel is right now. A buddy of mine said the other day in his truck he uses diesel here, and he pays like $200 a week in diesel gas right now, at least. So anyway, that's I just wanted to share that. I'm not going to stay on this topic of gas prices unless somebody here has higher gas prices than here, which is $3.99. I saw there's one that's over $4 here in my area for regular. If you've seen it higher, but it's just gonna keep getting higher. And I live like 17 miles away from my job, so I put some gas in, and yeah. Hopefully, spring's coming. People are gonna start traveling, so you can almost expect gas prices to go up, right? You can expect gas prices to go up. I heard a weird noise, but it's my dog. He's sleeping. Stop screen. Here we go. Okay. But that's just, yeah, I paid $86 to fill up my truck, most I've ever spent today. And I just can't believe that. Again, imagine how it could have been $150 if I was over on the West Coast. Of course, if I was on the West Coast, I wouldn't have a truck right now. I'd probably have a little Ford Focus or something. But yeah. So I mean, if anybody wants to chime in, if they know what the gas prices are, go ahead. Or your experience for paying them. I remember when was this? Was this like? It wasn't too long ago. It was last year. The gas. Remember that one week we had that little gas shortage or whatever. And I think it was like a couple days or 5 days or something like that. Maybe it could have lasted a week. And everybody's going insane, filling up their car, filling up gas cans at the gas station because whatever that reason was, I can't remember that reason. Everything, like the gas prices were getting, or sorry, gas prices. Oh, I'm sure those went up too because of that. But that was ridiculous. Yeah. Glad I don't drive much. Yeah. Imagine everything else that goes up because of the gas prices. Truckers have to pass the coast through. They have to go through the coast. Yeah, I mean, they spend, a lot of money there too. So gas goes up, products go up, everything goes up. You know, the fish hobby goes up. Hey, some people it might not be a hobby though, because some people it's business. Yeah, and I'm just in a situation where it's a hobby. Okay, even though I got my website up, I need to get back on there and kind of update that though. I haven't been on there, and it's been a few minutes since I've been on there. And oh, that reminds me, I think let me share the screen again real quick, just to in case anybody's just wondering. I see other people do this on, so you know what? I'm gonna do this real quick. Let me share the screen again. Turntoaquatics.com. Okay, this is the .com website. All right, I was able to find that it was available. Go big surprise, right? Misfit Reptiles and Aquatics. Hey, what's going on? We're just talking about gas prices and how ridiculous they are right now. And I don't know if in your area, I mean, we expected that it's going up. I'm not going to keep beat a dead horse on this topic or anything, but I'm just curious who's paid what recently. I know it's just starting to go up too. I think it's crazy. So, and I'm just going to spend a few minutes on this, just a few minutes. Not going to go all in detail with this, but just to have, let's see, let me go to home here. All right. And I got to update this site. All right. And it basically, my website is just it's got a couple basic things on it. It just shows, welcome and how it can educate people. This is for everybody here. Obviously this isn't for you. Okay. I mean, this is just, unless you want to look, it's just basic. In fact, I did that yesterday with that tank, the 150. I cleaned it out, did exactly that, but my pump crapped out on me towards the end. Luckily, it wasn't towards the beginning. So it just talks about water changes, avoid feeding, overfeeding. This is the stuff we already know. We already know this. This is again for, if people ever want to get in, talks about your sponge filter, pros and cons. I think I just put pros and cons or just the pros. I don't know. So it talks about sponge, hang on the back, and your canister filter. Okay. And this used to be the name, but I wanted to keep Aquatic Action. I wanted to keep it. So I use it as Aquatic Action online store. So I didn't want to get rid of that. Okay. So this is just a few, it's just a few quick items, and and I'm only showing these. I'm not trying to show them to sell them. I'm just showing people just for ideas. And I have basic stuff too. Just like, this is just like what is that? It's a magnet, it's just a magnet you can stick on something. And I just kind of did this just for the heck of it, right? Just to see what I could do, just as a hobby. Yeah. And why not? It was a website. So it's just a t-shirt. You got a t-shirt, and, on the website it shows all different sizes. I'm not going to get into that. And then here's that's a zip up hoodie, I believe. Yeah, that's a zip up hoodie. And then this is just, there's men's and women's, like different shirts in there and all that. And then you scroll down, you got like pictures. These are some of my fish I have. And this here is a picture this is down by Virginia Beach. This is out at the beach, right on the ocean. They have this big, huge statue of King Neptune. Okay. So really, I mean, it's not that, like, if I were to stand next to the statue, I'd be about, I don't know if you could see, can you see the cursor? I'd be about that tall right there. So it's tall statue. And so, yeah, you can see the Atlantic right there. And then like the beach is right behind it. So there's a huge long boardwalk going the stretch of like all of it. And then these are just some other pictures of some blood parrots that I got. Tamini Tang, a red hump geophagus. Here's a blue gourami. Every time I highlight it, you can't see it. Sorry. A veal tail. I think is that a veal tail tetra or beta? Sorry, beta, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. I know John from Untitled Chapter always used to say it. It's beta. It's beta, not beta. Powder blue tang, and pajama cardinal. Okay, so there are more. Hang on, let me just go and see if go to next. I forgot what all the products I have on here. So this one is, I don't know if you could see that. It's just a fish bowl with one fish, and it says how it starts. Yeah, it's a clownfish. It looks like a clownfish, saltwater. People start with freshwater, but come on, give me a break. But I thought it was a cool little design I created. How it starts, one tank, and then where does it go from there, right? It goes the logo, the most awesomest logo ever, right? I have to say that. No, but I'll tell you what, there's other people out here who got some cool logos in this fish fam. We have some really cool logos. But anyway, let me minute this, bring myself back up, and stop sharing the screen. All right. So I was recently. Has anybody here had any good experience with, ever since, like, what got you in the hobby of owning a fish, of at least you have one tank, you got 5 tanks. What's your drive that keeps you to do it? Is it like you feel like you're so far in the hobby and you put money into it, you keep doing it? Or are you, you love the hobby, so you just have, you love it, so you do it. You maintain your tanks, you like breed fish, or does it help you in a certain way? Having a tank, does it help you? Does it help you stay kind of leveled out? Um, like, I don't know. They say that having a tank could keep you from, it helps with anxiety, it helps with depression. Okay, and it does. I think it helps with just sitting there and staring at it, just looking in your tank. And I got 6 of them, all different sizes. This is the biggest one right here. And you could just sit there and you could just stare in your tank and just look. And it's relaxing. It truly is. And like I mean, it's like, honestly, it could be I've watched so much less TV. I've watched so much less hours of television because I have these things. Not only just because you do maintenance on them, but the fact is, you just I mean, you feed them. Like, I'll come in this room and just kind of stand here and just stare at them, like, look, all see what's going on, check on them, of course, and make sure they're like, look for any unhealthy fish or any dead ones, like, hopefully not any fish that are being mean to other fish. But you'd be surprised, it takes up a good amount of your time for having this hobby. It takes up a good amount of your time, and it's one of those hobbies where you buy it and you got to maintain it. It's not one of those hobbies like, oh, I'll get to it tomorrow. I mean, no, it's a lie. You could definitely say that. or I just don't feel like doing it this week or next week. I mean, you got to do it. You're in the hobby, you got to do it. Okay. And if you do it and all your fish die because of neglect, then you shouldn't be in the hobby at all. And there are probably other stuff you could do, right? But I think the reason why I got into it is because I remember before I got into it, I was like, I need a hobby. What do I do? For the longest time, I was like, I watch TV. That was my hobby, But as soon as I got into this, really, that really it took off. It took up. It was like, no crap, it's a hobby. You know, it takes up a good amount of your time in a good way. And while you clean your tanks, it doesn't feel all the time. It does not all the time. It doesn't feel like a chore, okay? Because I get into doing the maintenance in my tanks, you know, because you're like taking care of your fish, you know, it's like taking care of another pet. It is. Um, Petro Man, what's going on? How you doing, buddy? Um, I was just talking about the hobby basically, and how how it helps with your anxiety, like if you have depression. Um, it does, and you don't really realize it until you have one or a few or 8 or 10 or something like that. You know, however many you got. Okay. And you could probably say the same thing with not just fish. You could probably say the same thing with like having reptiles or anything like that. And I'm only gonna stick with like things in a glass or acrylic, whatever. Because you can talk about any pet, and it's true. Dogs, cats, um, chipmunks, Janice. I know she don't watch my streams, but um, you know, any kind of pet. But again, I'm staying on this topic of fish. That's why I have this, this stream. But they do help. They really do. And I'll tell you what, my wife got attached to some of the fish, really attached to some of the fish. And, she'll be, especially our flower horn. She loves that thing, and she's like, if something ever happens to that flower horn when it dies, you got to put it, put her, like, dig a hole outside and bury it. Because obviously I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to flush it down the toilet, Yeah, love Janice with those white chipmunks, right? Yeah, she loves doing the streams, and I went up on her stream like once so far. I've all up on the stream. I've always like just kind of talked and been in there, hey, what's up? But I actually went up there, and because she see me a lot on there, and I guess when she saw me come up, she was surprised, like, oh, Mike's here, okay, But it's cool doing those trivia questions and whatnot. So, but and I've had moments where I've had to step away. I would do tank maintenance, and then I just, maintain feeding them. And if you get too much into it, you get overwhelmed, right? I got overwhelmed, and I'm like, I need to cut back on tanks. I cut back on tanks. Then I pull it back out of the garage and set a tank up. And I've accepted that's just what I'm doing right now. Okay. That's just what I'm doing, right? What I'm doing. And I think along with the hobby, for a long time, for a while, I had the hobby before, and it's always been in the back of my head. Maybe I should kind of, what if, I was like, do people stream these things? And I found YouTube, and I found all this here. I found you guys, the Fish Fam, and I'm just like, wow, this is like a whole complete like world that you never knew about on YouTube, and where people go on and discuss, and even if you don't talk about fish, but man, I'll tell you what, it's completely introduced me to a whole, what was it, 7 months ago, right before I started doing this, I never even would have thought about coming on here and where anybody could watch, talking to people I don't know. But, after a while, who would know? I didn't know I'd get to know all you guys and everything on here. In fact, I'm super excited to go to, in September, to go to the Keystone Clash to meet whoever's going there. Hopefully a lot of people are going there, for the weekend. And I plan on getting there like it'll be Thursday night, and I'll be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and leave Monday. What is it? The last weekend of September. So I know Rico is going to be there. I know because he talks about it on stream a lot, and people bring it up too. And who else is supposed to be there? I know Eduardo's going. He's going to that definitely. And so I'm, me and my wife are going up there. and it'll be interesting. Yeah, I don't know as far as like, the thing is, am I more excited to go to the event to see the setups of fish tanks? I mean, yeah, I love seeing fish tank setups, and I'm sure there'll be people there advertising their stuff, and you go into fish stores and you see fish tank setups. But I think the biggest thing is meeting everybody we talk to all the time. That's kind of the exciting part about it. And what's going to be crazy is it's like, in your mind you picture how tall, like you picture people at a certain standard of height. You look at celebrities and you're like, how tall is that person? But when you see them in real life and they're like shorter than you think or taller than you think, then it's kind of like, whoa, that's weird. you know so if anybody here is going, I'm 6'2". I'm 6 feet 2 inches. Okay, so I'm tall. All right. My wife is 5'2", so I'm like a foot taller than her. But so like this tank right here, I can see. Well, I stand up like right up here. I can see above. I can see the glass lids when I'm standing. So obviously, it's. So yeah, I'm 6'2", so I'm pretty tall. And I don't know who else. If anybody like I don't know how tall Rico is, whatever. But that's the crazy thing. You meet people, you're gonna find out. Like get to see everybody, which is gonna be really cool. Hey, what's up, Terry?
I'm a whopping 5'9.5".
Are you?
But I've been told by some really cool people that size doesn't matter.
That's what I hear too.
I think it's bullshit, though. Just saying.
Yeah. Man. Yeah. No, I was just saying. I thought like when you see somebody in real life, you see like you didn't expect how tall or short they are.
Dude, I met Chuck Norris in person.
Really?
One of my best friends was a big time karate guy. He's got like multiple black belts. He's just a big time super karate guy.
Yeah.
So in high school, he was like, "Hey Terry, I'm going to this thing. Chuck Norris is going to be there." I'm like, "Cool." So we met Chuck Norris.
Man, that's
Dude,
awesome.
that motherfucker is under 6 foot. He's like my height.
Yeah. Yeah. How long ago was this?
Oh, this was back in the 80s.
Oh, okay. Okay.
This was when he was making his crappy movies before his what was that, Texas Ranger shit before that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chuck Norris isn't as tall as everybody thinks he is.
Yeah, I guess I always pictured him like 6 foot or something,
No, he's my height. He's
Yeah.
like 5'9", 5'10", somewhere around in there.
Okay. I mean, to me, 5'10", 5'9", 5'10", like 5'11", to me that's more of like an average, because like I feel like I'm over average height of a.
Yeah, when you hit 6 foot, you're tall.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta buy special jeans. You gotta watch your head getting on a bus.
And it sucks because when you buy T-shirts, like you have to get extra. You have to get tall, like extra, tall T-shirts, because when you wash them and like the length shrinks on them, so that kind of sucks right there.
Nah, so you're a shirt tucker.
No, I'm not a shirt. I'm just saying when you wash it,
No,
like the
dude, it
length
was
of
a joke.
Oh, shirts don't stay tucked in for me, man. Yeah.
So what's going on, dude? How you been?
Not too much. I just, did a stream yesterday of when I was cleaning this tank and talking to, Eduardo came up, talked to him for a little bit.
No,
But
Petroman's talking about Janice and those white chipmunks, man. I went on her stream the other night. What was it, Friday night?
Mm-hmm.
And I got those red tail botillas that they have like switchblades that come out of their head. And I tried to show it to everybody, and I got stung and my finger was bleeding. And
What?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Dang.
Because I'm so scripted that, you know, I knew exactly what was going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got stabbed in the finger. Then while I'm bleeding, I got a fish flopping around on the floor, and I'm like, fuck. I got to get the fish back in the tank. And yeah, it was
Oh my God. Yeah.
interesting.
So how was your what was it last week? You said Monday and Tuesday were gonna be like long work days.
Oh, dude.
Oh God.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
Number
Were they-
one, I cannot stand people that cannot follow instructions.
Oh yeah.
I would think that if you learned to be a journeyman electrician, that you can at least take instruction.
Mm-hmm.
But evidently, that's not a prerequisite.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
I'm amazed. But anyways, yeah, it didn't work out so well. And
Right.
then on Friday, oh God, did I get my ass in trouble?
What?
I did. I seriously got my ass in trouble to the point where like the owner of the company was calling my boss,
Mm.
which is not good. You really seriously do not want the owner of your company calling your boss and
Not
going,
really.
"What the fuck?" So one of our vehicles, a van, broke down. The transmission's fucked. It runs in reverse all day long, but it won't go in drive. No matter what you do, it won't go in drive.
Mm-hmm.
So I called my boss. My boss is a very busy man. He was like, Terry, handle it. I'm like, cool, I got it. Don't worry about it. So we do have an in-house mechanic that maintains our trucks and takes care of like small stuff. And so I called him and said, hey, dude, I got a truck, runs in reverse, won't go in drive.
Mm-hmm.
I told him what truck it was, and he was like, yeah, that thing's a piece of shit. I don't even know if we're going to fix it. Because this is like, this van stays in the steel mill. It never leaves. It doesn't go out on the roads. It stays inside the steel mill. He's like, yeah, we're probably not going to fix it. And I'm like, well, here, you know, it's neither here nor there. I can't leave it where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, call this trucking or, you know, this towing company. They'll come and get it, whatever.
Right.
So I called the towing company twice. First time, they never picked up the phone. The second time, they put me on hold for like 10 minutes. You know, I'm like on hold forever. I'm like, fuck this, man. I just hung up the phone.
Yeah.
I got a truck full of tools. I have unlimited ability to get whatever I want. I got some straps. We strapped the fucker up. We hooked it to my truck. And our shop from my job site is like 3 miles. So I said, fuck it. We towed the van to the shop.
Mm-hmm.
I get to the shop and I looked at the mechanic and said, yeah, I'm dropping off this piece of shit van. And he goes, well, what? Was it low on fluid? I'm like, no, I told you it's got plenty of fluid. It just doesn't go in drive.
Right.
And he's like, how'd you get it here? And I'm like, I towed it here. Oh God, did he go fucking ape shit?
Oh man.
Oh, you can't be doing that shit. You gotta get it towed. You can't blah blah, you know, yada yada yada.
Right.
And then like number 2 in command came out while I'm getting yelled at, which I know the guy. I fucking trained him.
Yeah.
So number 2 in command comes up and he goes, Terry, what the fuck were you thinking? And I said, dude, I handled it. You didn't even get a fucking towing charge. It's free of charge. Here it is in your lot. No harm, no foul. Leave me the fuck alone. You know, I handled it.
Mhm.
Oh, no, that was not the right answer.
Oh, damn.
You know, you got to be careful. If you tell me to handle something, I'm going to handle it one way
Yeah.
or another.
Right. Well, hopefully it's not, hopefully come Monday everything's good to go.
Oh, no, I'm not going to get fired over it. It's just,
Yeah.
hey, I got an idea. If you tell me to handle something, I'm going to handle it.
Mhm.
If you
Mhm.
want it done a different way, fucking deal with it yourself.
Yeah.
That's how you deal with your boss. If they don't like with the way you handled it, then
Mhm.
you just tell them, well, then you deal with it because I was fucking busy.
Yeah. Yep. Man.
And I'm a good enough boss where if I tell somebody, hey, just deal with this, and they deal with it, I'm going to come back and go, problem solved, and walk away. I don't fucking, break down, oh my God, you did it the wrong way.
Mhm.
I really don't care how you did it. Just
As long as it gets done.
fucking deal with it. Is the problem solved? Yes. Check the box. Move on.
Mhm. Yeah. I agree. Definitely do. Man. Well, that week's over, right? So
Oh yeah, but yeah. The problem
man.
is tomorrow starts another one.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it's not bad for you.
We'll see.
Yeah. But yeah, what size tank is that right there?
It's a 125,
Oh wow. Okay.
6 foot long.
Yeah. Man, I just remember seeing that last time, and every time I see it, I just keep thinking about getting some African cichlids again.
Oh, this is going to be the African cichlid mosh pit
Yeah.
eventually.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on it.
Looks nice. Yep. Are you gonna like you? Oh, okay. So you are putting more in there eventually.
Well, yeah, even the blue and black guys are new.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, I definitely. Yeah, I kind of want to get one again. Miss having them. They're pretty cool. But yeah, I got up here late today. 11:30 ish.
Ish.
You know.
That's even we got this form at work, and where we're supposed to inspect our vehicles, and it's
Yeah.
got like all these little check marks, like anyways. And one of the things that you check is this vehicle satisfactory? And I looked at my boss and I was like, can we put ish at the end? It's like satisfactory ish. He was like, yeah, it's probably not a good idea.
No, not for business stuff. Yeah. But man, yeah, I missed a whole bunch of. I wasn't really on the stream the whole week, or like during the week, or I kind of popped in and saw people on streams and all this stuff, but I don't know. I was like, wife's like, hey, let's go do this and that, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna say no.
Well, did you have a good time?
Yeah. I mean, we try to get out of the house and stuff and do
I got to tell
stuff.
you, my wife has drugged me out of the house kicking and screaming because I thought I would not have a good time. And she'd take me like antiquing or, going through flea markets and shit. And
Yeah.
it turns out I had a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't done that in a while.
Oh, that's a good time, man. Every
Yeah.
once in a while.
They have a huge like antique. It's like an antique. They call it the antique mall, and you could spend like several hours walking around that whole thing, just finding little things that you wouldn't think that are there. And then they have this whole section where they have all the like all the 80s and like old 70s and 80s toys that you haven't seen since you were a kid.
Yeah, half of them are mine. My fucking sister threw away.
Yeah.
Oh my God, did I make a mistake, man? When I left the house, I joined the Army right after high school.
Yeah.
So I'm like 18 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
And graduated high school, went through the summer, and then in fall I joined the service because mainly my old man was like, "Get the fuck out of the house, you're 18."
Yeah.
Well, I didn't think of it. I was like, well, my bedroom is my bedroom, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I left it as is. Yeah, my sister, dude, I wasn't even out of the driveway and my sister was throwing my shit out.
Oh man. Yeah. I didn't. The house I was at.
Which I can't blame her.
Have it anymore.
In retrospect, I kind of can't blame her. She shared a bedroom with my other sister, so I get it. As soon as I was gone, she was like, "Cool, we each get our own bedroom." So
Yeah.
I get it.
What was that? Liquid Zoo just wrote something about you being 18 years old.
I was 18 once.
Yep.
And I had a gorgeous head of hair, and the military shaved it all off.
Yeah, I remember when I was when I first went in, had shaved my head one time. That was it. And that was boot camp. And then when I got to my first command, like they have, how they have regulations. Let's just say I tried to wear my hat as much as possible.
Right.
I wanted to see how long I could grow. And then like the old, like the like the, and then, like the E6, the first class. And he's like, how many times did it take you to get a haircut, Brown? All right, I'm gonna walk you to the barber shop, like on the ship. So he walked me there. He's like, shave it. I was like, no, you can write me up. That ain't happening. I was like, E1 still,
I got in trouble when I ETS'd. For those of you in chat that don't know, that means I was changing duty stations. I took 30 days off. So I left Alaska going to New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got home, I picked up my motorcycle and I drove my motorcycle to my new duty station in New Mexico.
New Mexico, yep.
I show up. I'm one day late because the brakes went out on the bike, and I had to call him and go, look, I'm stuck in goddamn Texas. I'm getting my transportation fixed. And what I did not know was that was the exact same time that they made regulations where on post you had to wear a safety vest, a helmet, and dude, I'm running fucking blind, man. I got a jacket that says I'm an MP and off I go. So I ain't got any of that shit. So
yeah.
I pull up to the parking lot where my not department, but where the military police are. That's my hangout.
Mm-hmm.
And this colonel comes out and he's not even a military police. I don't think he likes military police at all. This colonel comes out, and of course I'm automatically at attention. And he goes, where the fuck's your vest? Where the fuck is your helmet? Where the fuck? And get a goddamn haircut. And I'm like,
Threw that last one in there.
This is I've only been on this post for like 10 minutes. And I'm getting yelled at.
Yeah.
And I'm like, motherfucker. So before I even report, I go get a fucking haircut. I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. These guys are like really into regulations. So, and then I report in and they're like, well, what took you so long? You said you were going to be here at such and such time. And I said, yeah, I had to get a haircut because I got bitched out in a parking lot. And they were like, what? And I was like, yes, this fucking colonel fucking bitched me out about getting a haircut. So I went and got a haircut. And he was like, fuck that guy.
And the crazy thing is I could picture exactly like the general area that you were in over there too. Because I remember, I mean, when I was there, I remember exactly what the headquarters area looked like. You know, all like the buildings. And yeah. So that's the funny part about it.
No, funny part of it to me was I went and got a haircut just to satisfy that colonel. And then I show up late and they're like, yeah, you said you were going to be here at this and this time. And I was like, yeah, but I had to get a haircut. And they're like, why? And I was like, because this fucking colonel told me to. And they were like, fuck that guy. I was like, oh, I know how this is going.
Yeah. Man. How long were you out there for? Yeah, I know we talked about this already, but
I was out there for 2 years.
2 years. That's about how long I was out there too. Yeah. Yeah.
I loved Las Cruces. Las Cruces was a fun town, man.
It was. I had too much fun out there.
It was a college town with a whole bunch of young people in it, and oh my god, I had so much fun.
Yeah. I bet some of those bars were like. What years were you there? Like, was this in the 80s?
Yeah, okay. late 80s.
Okay,
is when I was there.
I was there from 2004 to 2006. So okay. Yeah. It's a good time.
El Paseo Boulevard in Las Cruces was a place to be on a Friday or Saturday night.
Yeah. Yep. I remember all the names of like the bars and stuff too that I went to when I was out there.
I went to this one that was like an identical clone of Cheers.
Oh, really?
They just made it look like Cheers.
Oh, like it looked like it inside. Okay.
And I don't know about you, but because I was underage. So when they asked for your ID, I just give them my military ID. And I don't even know if they know where your date of birth is on that ID. They just look at it and go, okay, and serve you.
Yeah.
Because it's different than the state issued ID. Or at least it was in the 80s. So I handed them my military ID. She looked at it and gave it right back. And I'm like, cool.
You're like, well, this is the place I'm going to be hanging out at tonight.
Right, exactly.
Man. Yeah. Man. They changed that. They changed that quick. Like when I came in, they changed it on the base. Man, you you had like they had to start. You had to be 21 to drink on base.
No way.
Yeah, it's like the year before, like the year I came in or the year before I came in active duty. It's like I heard it was on base you could drink at 18, but they changed it. I guess they changed it to 21. And I was like, I heard about that. I was like, man. So
That's
yeah.
serious bullshit.
Yep.
All right. We're going to give you a weapon and we're going to task you with killing the enemy, but you can't have a beer.
Right.
That's
exactly
bullshit.
it.
100% bullshit right off the get-go.
Yep. That's how it was. How it is still, But it's whatever. What's up, S? Old enough to serve, but can't get served. Yep. That's true. Damn, man.
If you deploy and you actually wind up in combat, I'm sorry, I don't care who you are. That's going to fuck with your head just a little bit. And having a beverage that can make you relax about it just a little bit, granted, there's people that'll take it too far, but yeah, you should be allowed to drink. If they consider you old enough to go kill people, you should be able to have a beer. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I remember when I could have sworn I remember when cigarettes were to buy cigarettes in Florida when I grew up there. I could have sworn it was like 17 at one point, and then they upped it to like 21.
I had in my high school a student smoking lounge where you could go out at lunchtime or in between classes or whatever and have a smoke.
Yeah.
And it was unpoliced. It was just so it avoided the whole where you're smoking in a bathroom or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You went out to the smoking lounge. It was outside. You could catch a smoke, at your lunch break or in between classes, whatever.
Yeah.
And that's the society I grew up in. And then I noticed as I graduated, they were like, oh, no, we can't have a student smoking lounge. And I'm like, why the fuck not?
I've never even heard of that before at a school. Man. Guess people could do a lot of things back in the 80s they couldn't do in the 90s.
Yeah. Fucking world sucks, man. Everybody got uptight. It's just like the whole towing the van in. It's not the first time I towed a vehicle to the shop.
Yeah.
But times have changed, and now it's a no-no when before it was like, hey, cool, the van's here. We can get it fixed.
Right.
Oh, no, can't do that shit now.
Yeah, it's a little crazy. Well, they want to see they want to see like actual paperwork for getting towed or something.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little crazy. Man.
Sorry, yes, I don't mean to bore you.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Ain't too much going on today, though.
I think I may go to another pet shop that has different fish.
Yeah. You got several around you?
I have two.
Mm-hmm.
I have one super local, and the other one is like, I don't know, 20 miles away, 30 miles away, somewhere
Wow.
in there. The local one, it's close. It's like 5 miles away, and I spend most of my time there. But their African cichlids suck.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they just have it's what they keep on hand. They are just the standard everyday. You're gonna see them at every pet shop kind of fish.
Yeah.
They don't. Occasionally, once in a blue moon, they'll get, an order of something in. And honest to God, I think it's usually a mistake. They're like, "Holy fuck, we didn't want these."
Yeah. I got like in my area, I have about, I know of like 4 places that have salt or freshwater and saltwater, and then there's 3 that are just saltwater only, like smaller stores. But I usually go. There's 2 I usually go to, like my 2 common ones I go to. And there's a guy in there who works at one of them, and he's like, like the other day I was walking around, I was just kind of bored, so I'm just looking at stuff and looking at just everything basically. And he's like, this guy works there, he sees me there else. He's like, are you still here? Did you you actually do anything? You just looking around? I was like, yeah.
I actually misspoke. I said there's 2, but
Yeah.
I actually have several of the Petco PetSmarts around me.
Oh yeah, I didn't even count those either.
Yeah, I didn't either. I was like, I forgot all about them. The only time I go in there is unless I'm buying a fish tank or a specific item like an FX4 or something.
Yeah. Man, they have this one fish tank there. I'll never get it. It's just too big. It's like a 300-gallon tank. And it's the drilled kind. I don't know if all tanks that size are drilled. I have no idea. But just, you ever look at a tank, look at the depth of it from the side, and it's like, it was insane. It's something I could definitely just stare at, like from the side and look like at that angle, and I was thinking like, man, it was like $5,000 too. So, I mean, but once it's in the spot,
did it have baffles in the corner?
They weren't in the corners. They were like in the back,
or in the center,
or
in the back.
In the back, yeah, it's like evened out, like in the back.
Yeah, that's a reef ready. That's a reef ready tank where it's drilled and has the baffles and yeah.
But man, I couldn't even imagine how heavy that tank is.
That tank is immediately ready to have a sump filter and it's ready to go. One of my 125s is a reef ready tank, and then the other one's just an all glass.
Yeah, I only have one that's drilled, the 90 in the saltwater, but all the other ones aren't drilled. They're just standard, But man, I saw that. I always see it when I go in there. I'm like, damn. But I know I'll never have it because I don't. Like I said, once it's in a spot, it's there.
Yeah, I ain't moving this motherfucker again to save my life.
And I don't really have a place to put it as far as to keep it there. I'd have to eventually move it for something down the road. But because I'm not going to live in this house for the rest of my life, But,
oh, you and me both, man. My entire fish room is made to be taken down.
Yeah. The only tank that I haven't moved around is this one. This one came from that store I was talking about. The owner came and helped bring it in because it's 150. So, we both were able to move it. But if I ever have to, I want to put this in my other room eventually. But, I don't really.
Yeah. Right about the time you need to put in a large aquarium, that's when you find out who your friends are. Because you're like, hey, I need a little help putting this aquarium in my basement.
Oh, God, no, get in your basement.
And they're like, yeah, I'm busy. Whatever.
Yeah, right. That's along the same lines. It's like, say it's a Friday and you're the guy with the truck. And you got a friend who has to move a Saturday. He's like, hey, can you help me move tomorrow on Saturday? And you're like, damn you, you know. But yeah, this tank ain't getting moved.
Yeah, it's just not gonna happen today.
And I've seen some, I saw the 125s, and I saw a low boy there, and I'm like, I have no reason for a low boy tank.
Dude, there are a ton of reasons for a low boy tank.
I just don't even know where to put it at, really. I mean, I could find a place to put it at, but I always thought it'd be cool to have one, though, even though I wouldn't use it as like growing corals or anything. But they just
I'd
look,
love
they
to
just
have
look pretty sweet.
like the new Aqueon 60-gallon. That's freaking perfect. I can stack them things 3 tall and still have room to work on them, work in them.
Yeah.
I love that footprint.
The 60-gallon?
Yeah, the new one.
Is it like 60-gallon? Did you say tall or just like a normal wide kind of one?
It's a short 75.
Okay.
So the standard 75 gallon? It's shorter.
Okay.
It's 16 gallons shorter.
Mm.
So it's not very tall, but you still get the depth and you still get the 4 foot. And you can stack them 3 high.
Yeah.
In a standard basement.
Who is it? RB? But I don't have any friends, so I'm limited to 50-gallon being the largest. Hey, I'm in that same boat. I'm in the same boat with you, man, out here. I mean, like I don't go hang out with like friends, and me and my wife just go do stuff. And we know people at places.
The only reason I got the 2 125s down here is because I'm a boss, and during while I'm going over what we're gonna do today, I'm like, oh, by the way, anybody want to help me move a fish tank in my basement? And evidently, the ones that volunteered really want a job.
That's see how that works, right? Yeah. I wish I had a base. Well, it's impossible to have a basement out here, but it'd be nice to have a room, something like that. Eduardo, good morning. How are you? Yeah. Oh, and this tank right here, I showed this yesterday on my stream, but it's my 55. I keep moving this upstairs. I keep moving it downstairs, upstairs. And I actually have a little canopy on it right now, but like I've had this in my office upstairs. I'm thinking about putting it back upstairs, and just I don't know why, but I just kind of want it upstairs again, But because I get I mean, I get bored how tanks are set up, so I do moving around sometimes. I guess it's just part of it.
Yeah,
part of the hobby.
That's one of my biggest downfalls is I have my hands in my tanks all the time. I don't leave any of them alone.
Yeah. Yep, same here. Shit, I just found in my saltwater tank, I just found a little hermit crab I didn't know that I had in there. I was like, okay, I didn't know I had him in there. I guess somehow he got in there when I got a fish at some point. I don't know. And it's a blue one. I've seen, I don't know if I'm right about this. I could be way wrong. The blue one, you ever see those huge, like the huge hermit crabs and saltwater ones? Like they're like this freaking big. I think those.
Well, I've never seen one that big, but.
Oh, I have. Like the shells are like this big and they're in them, and I've seen them at one of the local places I go to. They have them like in the big plastic blue round tubs where they keep live rock or just other little fish or something in.
Blue leg hermit crabs, but they're more like fit in your hand.
Yeah, no, they have, like, I'm not exaggerating, like this big. And I was like, obviously I showed my wife, I took her there. I was like, I want to get that one. She's like, no, can't even put that in a tank because it would probably crack the glass or something.
Oh, don't laugh. I blame the hermit crabs from destroying my first reef tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I swear to God, I think they picked the silicone to the point
Oh
that
wow.
it ruined the seal.
Yeah. Never thought about that.
I can't confirm, nor can you know, it just, yeah, I blame the hermit crabs. They picked that silicone apart to where that tank
Yeah.
failed. That's the only way I can, in my mind, it's the only reason that it went wrong.
Yeah. RB put he loves seeing what you scoop up in a shovel from
I'll
the
be right
ocean.
back.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely that would be definitely interesting. You scoop it up in a shovel because yeah, man, you never know what's going to be on there. But that would be yeah, that would be pretty cool. Pretty cool. Um, but yeah, I'm definitely wanting to move that tank back upstairs. So here's a question. Okay, I had this written down because I didn't want to forget and ask this. But has anybody here ever like heard of anybody who got and it's not happened to me at all, but I mean, who's gotten sick from cleaning out a fish tank? Like, I don't know if you say you had a cut and you know how you got different bacteria in the water, and if it's somehow a bad type of it just gets in your cut or or something, right? I don't know. Have you ever seen anybody get sick from it? Because I read an article about that and it was just kind of interesting. I never thought about that before, but now it's like I'd be conscious, like if I'm at work and I get like, if I had a cut on my finger or something, I don't want to be digging around the gravel in my fish tank or something, just in case, like I could be way off thinking like that's no big deal, but I just don't know if like anybody's ever heard of that before. And Geek Boy, what's up? Never heard, never had it or heard of it. Okay, I mean, I was just wondering, like, you got pink eye a lot from your tanks, huh? Yeah, I mean, every time I put my hand in the tank, I'll just, I wash my hands after that. It's because you think about it, your fish go to the bathroom and you're in the tank. So, yeah, you got to be careful with that. But man, after looking at Terry's,
All right, I missed your entire question. I heard parts, little tiny parts of it, but all right, what was your question?
I was just talking about like if you've ever heard of anybody or anything, whatever, like ever gotten sick from cleaning out a tank, whether you had, like caught anything, like because you got bacteria and everything, and
I
tanks.
have never met anybody personally, but the one thing you do have to watch out for is what they call fish tuberculosis, and
Mm-hmm.
that is transferable to humans.
Okay.
It's very, very rare. I mean, extremely rare, but it can happen.
Mm-hmm.
If you got a cut or something,
That's what I was
and
bringing up.
you've got a fish, you have a fish that's infected, it can transfer, and it's going to cause you mild irritation.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to kill you. It's going to make your life miserable for a minute or two, but that's about it. It's kind of like having the flu.
Oh, yeah.
But other than that, 99% of you can get a wound and it will become infected without, fish tanks.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so there's that. Is it the fish tank that caused the infection, or was it another environmental factor that caused the infection? You can sit there and debate all day long what caused the infection. All you know is the wound got infected, and you're not going to have an actual cause. Fish tuberculosis is confirmed. It can be transmitted to humans, but it's not going to kill you. It might make you sick for a few days, but that's the worst one you got to worry about.
Yeah.
Generally, everything in the fish tank, even if you have an open cut, is as long as you keep the cut clean, yeah, you're not gonna there's not too many things that's just gonna instantly infect you.
Yeah. That was because I was thinking about, like, if you ever have, like, they have like the parasites that can get in fish, and if you
Yeah,
ever,
you're not
the
gonna
whole thing.
you're not gonna get calamaris worms just simply by having a cut and putting it in your fish tank.
Well, RB said he caught crabs from his tank.
Yeah, that's what he thinks he caught crabs from.
Oh man.
I know where I caught crabs from, and it wasn't a fish tank.
Avoid the blue ring octopus. I can't
Well,
tell if he's being
yeah,
real about that.
they're motherfucking venomous. That's like saying avoid rattlesnakes.
Yeah.
Doesn't take a rocket scientist to go, oh, that might kill me.
Yeah, true. Man. So have you I noticed today, I talked about this when I first started the stream, but I noticed today our gas price went up like significantly. And I just spent the most I've ever spent on filling up my truck. I spent $86.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah. And that's with the regular. It was $3.99. I know it's expensive other places though, more than this.
Well, that's all local taxes and stuff.
Yeah. I was like, damn, man. Wish I lived a little closer to work. But I mean, just like it always is in the past, it'll go back down eventually.
I mean, it's been this high before in the past. This isn't the first time we've dealt with it, but
yeah,
I agree with you. I wasn't too happy. I filled up on the way to work, and just the commuter car that I used to pick up my work truck, and I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's insane. But I expected it, after if that has anything to do with what's going on, like the whole Russia and Ukraine stuff, like
it doesn't.
I don't know if it did or not, but
it has to deal with profiteering, and if they can get away with it, and they can blame stuff on other things, but no, the price of gas has been steadily going up for what, 2 years now. We kind of knew it was going to, and it's a commodity. Crude oil is a commodity, just like gold, precious metals, diamonds. It's a commodity. It goes up and down in the market. And those that control that market tend to every once in a while get into that they want to make a shit ton of money. So, yeah, that's where we're at.
Yeah.
When prices go this high is when our domestic production starts to go back up, and we personally flip a middle finger to everybody and go, well, fuck it, we can make our own. And then they're like, oh, fuck, the United States ain't going to buy from us anymore. And then the prices start to drop.
Yeah.
And then our domestic production goes down because in the United States, it costs a certain amount of money to make a barrel of oil. And if overseas can make it cheaper, then we just buy it.
Yeah. What do you put? Melvin, what's up, man? You got pink eye from unclean clippers one time. That sucks.
Oil companies really didn't lose any money. I mean, where did they lose money? During COVID, did all their oil rigs, suddenly fail and they had to rebuild them? No, they didn't lose a damn thing. They just didn't produce as much because the demand wasn't there. So, all right. Look, if you own a company and you expect to make X amount of dollars and you only make Y amount of dollars, you didn't lose those dollars. You just didn't make what your expectations were. So I get really frustrated when people say, oh, they lost all this money. No, they didn't lose all that money. They just didn't make it like they thought they would.
Yeah.
They didn't lose a damn thing. The only way to lose money if you're in the oil business is if you got to build new oil rigs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, last time I checked, COVID did not rust metal. So the oil rigs were still there. They just didn't have anybody to man them. Then once they got people to man them, yeah. So where's the lost revenue? Somebody explain to me where the lost revenue is. Where's the lost revenue? Explain it to me.
I don't know. I'm not good with that stuff. But Eduardo, water change went well.
So
still crapped out. I got to get a new pump. But
I'm asking RB and I ask that question: where's the lost revenue? You're losing expectations, but where's the actual lost revenue? Did you have to rebuild you lose money if you have to rebuild your facility or something like that, where you got to put money in to get money out. Okay? That's where you lose money. If you have a facility and it's perfectly ready to go, where's the lost revenue? It's an honest to God question. Teach me, if RB, if you know something more than I believe me, I am more than willing to learn, but I don't see anywhere in that there's a lost revenue. There's loss of expectations. If you're running along every year and you're making 10 million profit a year, and then COVID hits and you don't make a dime, I get it. But that's not lost revenue. That's lost expectations of revenue.
I'm just reading what S wrote. Higher overhead costs, transportation, logistics, last step delivery. Oh, Eduardo put something.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with Master Aquatics. I mean, it affected everything.
If your costs are fixed and it's running the refinery and salaries of provided down 600 million, call it lost revenue, same thing.
Well, it's not the same thing. See, that's the problem.
I'm just listening.
You're saying they lost all this. Well, yeah. In other words, what you're saying is they didn't make that much profit. That's what you're saying. You know, it's like saying the sky is falling. The sky is falling. Yeah, you made profit. You just didn't make as much profit as you wanted.
Yeah. I just had to show something real quick because yesterday Eduardo was on here. Eduardo, this is the pump.
I know that pump very well.
Oh yeah, what is it? What is it? Eco Plus, right? It's the 396 gallons per hour. I think yeah. So it crapped out, and this is why I think it crapped out of me, because let's take this end piece off here. All right. Now there's this little white. Let me turn this over. Hopefully no water comes shooting out. Okay. There's this little white stem, okay, that goes right inside there. And when I would turn on the pump, like throughout this whole filling this up, it would work and it wouldn't work. I could feel the motor in there going. So I just shoved that little rod back in there. I think I'm missing a piece. Like
there should be a little rubber piece that goes over that.
Yeah, I'm missing. I don't know how I'm missing, but oh shoot. So yeah, here's the, that little magnetic, blade thing in there, whatever you call it.
That should be one piece, I think.
Okay.
So yeah. That should all be, and it should have little rubber pieces on each end of it.
No, that's probably what the problem is.
It should.
Yeah.
That's the impeller. That impeller, hold on. Hold up the impeller.
Oh, hang on a second. Get out of there.
Okay. That is where the ceramic rod goes through, and there should be ends on that ceramic rod. Yeah, that's the impeller. Where that little ceramic shaft you showed, that goes through the middle of that, and there should be rubber pieces on each side. So there's a rubber piece somewhere that needs to come out.
Somewhere, yeah.
And it's down inside that pump that it needs to come out.
Yeah. Well, I know I had Fishy Mont coming up, but
because you can order the impeller for that pump, and it will come with the ceramic rod and the rubber pieces and everything that goes with it.
Right.
So, yeah. You either need to know that rubber piece is still in there and get it out.
I didn't see it in there. I looked.
Because those are not individual pieces.
Yeah.
What you just did, they're not individual pieces. That's one assembly.
I think when I took this thing apart one time, I don't know. That's all I can say is I don't know. So there's nothing inside there. So it's probably just somehow I'm missing it somehow. I don't know. But either way, this is just a reason for me to get a new, bigger, better pump. Right. I don't know what happened to Fishy Mont. I put accept, or I clicked to add. Oh wait, let's see if this works. Fishy
Can
Mind,
I
Stream only.
can I
Can you hear me?
respond to RB
Yeah,
without getting into politics? I seriously do not want to get into politics. Look,
I can hear you, Fishy Mind.
I am absolutely. I work for a contractor, and we go through slow times. But that doesn't mean, just simply because we're in a slow time in our industry doesn't mean we lose money. We just don't make the money we want to. There's a huge difference when the headlines say, "Oh, all these industries lose billions of dollars." No, they haven't lost billions of dollars. They're just not going to make the billions that they wanted to. It's the same thing as me. Yeah, I am a contractor. I work for a contractor. And if work is not available, then we have to lay off people. But that doesn't mean that the company is not profitable. It's not that the company is hemorrhaging money. It just means that they got to tighten their belts. They got to lay off people and wait for work. So it's, they have all this, well, we're gonna make this much money this year. Well, then you have an economic downturn and you don't make that money. It doesn't mean that the company lost money. It just means that they didn't make what they wanted to.
Right. There he is.
Terry, can you hear me, Terry?
Yeah.
Hey, sexy, how you doing, buddy?
That was weird. But I
I
remember you were asking Terry about who took over tied up in cichlids.
Yeah, tangled up in cichlids.
Tangled up in cichlids. It was Kevin Cumberton, I think is his name. The mad aquatist, Biggs. You know Biggs from Canada?
Yeah, I know that guy.
He did a live stream with that guy the other night and asked him a bunch of questions and stuff. He's the new owner of Tangled Up in Cichlids right now.
Cool.
And a bunch of people still email him and refer to him as the other guy who used to own the place.
Wasn't it brothers? Wasn't that the Raps brothers that owned it?
It was Jeff Raps who owned it before.
Yeah.
And
he did it with his brother.
And he got out of it now. He's
I think it was Jeff and Kyle, I think.
He probably still keeps fish and stuff because I think he supplies a lot of fish to the new owner now. But the new guy, Kevin Cumberton, he took over everything. He took over the website and everything. And some people still, he said some people email him and call him Jeff Raps still. But Jeff Raps is no longer the owner of Tangled Up in Cichlids.
Yeah,
but
I knew there was a change of hands and all of that, but
he sold it.
For those in chat that don't know, Tangled Up in Cichlids is OG sending fish out to the masses.
Oh yeah.
They are absolutely 100% original gangster. They were the first people that said, "Yeah, we have these fish. You want them? We'll send them to you."
And a lot of them were wild caught.
Pre-internet, you had to actually put something in writing that says, "I want this fish." You had to send it out in the mail. You had to wait for them to get it, and then they would send you your fish. They are, honest to God, original gangster.
Yeah, a lot of the fish that he sold were like wild caught fish too, direct from South America and stuff.
Or Africa.
Yeah, or Africa, right?
Yeah.
You're right. But yeah, the business is still continuing on, but just under a new owner now. Anyway, yeah, I just because I remember you asking that question, so I remember seeing the video.
I knew that Jeff walked away. I just didn't know what the new. I don't see anything in my future that I'm gonna order something from them unless I really, really want it. Look, if you want a particular cichlid and you really, really want it, those are the people to go to. You contact Tangled Up in Cichlids, they will get you that specific cichlid.
Actually, Jeff Raps was local to Phillipsburg, where I live.
Really?
And I met him in because I ordered fish off of him one time, and he met me in a McDonald's parking lot to give me the fish because he doesn't allow customers to come to his house because where he kept his fish was his house.
That's a secret.
He didn't want people showing up at his house like 12 o'clock at night saying, I want to buy some of your fish.
Yeah, because we know, Fishing Man, you do it. It'd be 1 o'clock. I'm getting off of work. 1 o'clock a.m. 1 o'clock in the morning. Fishing Man wants fish.
But yeah, Jeff Raps is a cool guy, though. I've met him, and yeah.
Oh, he was a really cool dude. I did meet him once at a swap, and I found him a very funny, very entertaining person. He was a very good guy.
Yeah, I'm sure he's
still. I'm sure he's still in the fish business. He's just not running Tangled Up in Cichlids anymore. Yeah.
I was looking.
All right. Well, I'm gonna.
Well, he's got to. He's still got to be a major importer.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, you don't make relationships like that and just throw them away.
Yeah. Definitely. He as I say, he probably works with the guy who owns Tangled Up in Cichlids now. He probably still works with him, supplying him and stuff like that. Just not under his name anymore. But yeah, Mike, thanks for having me up, and you take it easy.
Yeah, no problem.
Harry, you have a good day, man. Later.
Dude, love you to death, man. Have a good one.
Up. Yeah, that's good. Hey, honestly, I've never even heard of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Tangled Up in Cichlids is like the original gangster of online fish sales.
I've never bought a fish online, but I could, But as you guys were talking, I was looking it up because I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty interesting. Looking up the Tangled Up in Cichlids and all that.
If you want quality cichlids, that's something you need to go through.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Kevin Cumberton in New Jersey. Okay, awesome. I know that let's see, Eduardo earlier asked me if what did you say? What did you say?
Back in the early 90s, I'd say, I don't know, 20% of my stock that I was breeding came from Tangled Up in Cichlids.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna check them out then. I can check out the website and You know, when I first got into this, it kind of amazed me, like how I was like, people ship. I'm talking about a long time ago. Okay, I was like, people can ship fish. You know, it's like when I first learned about it.
Back long before, and I'm talking in the 70s, people were mailing guppies to each other. You know, the guppy clubs were pretty hard and heavy. If you look in the back of the magazines, you know, you get to the classified ads where, yeah, you could send a check to somebody and get a beautiful pair of Moscow guppies, you know, just from the back of a magazine. And that was a real thing. I mean, that's the way you did business back then.
Man. Yep. Let's see, has to be mailed. You start to think these fish get here in the first place. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I was like, you know, I was like, how do they ship them? Don't they, you know, and they live for, you know, they can live forever. How long in shipment, you know? And like, is there something that they put in there to help them live long? I have no idea. Because you know how you have to get the water air, you know, you have to get the water moving, and I know it moves. The water moves while their package being mailed, but
man, if you do it right, you can ship a trio of guppies and they'll last freaking 2 weeks in the mail.
Yeah,
in the summertime, not in the winter. In the summertime.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna look on there for sure. How long? Well, that's a dumb question. Never mind. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna look on there because I am interested in getting some, you know, looking at cichlids, especially the African ones, because I want to get African.
You don't want African cichlids. Stay away.
I've had them before.
Don't ever get African cichlids. Because if you do, they will forever dominate your life.
Oh. Well, I got the perfect 55-gallon tank to put some in.
Don't do it, man. I'm telling you right now, just don't. You could put, you know how many neons you could put in a 55-gallon tank?
Oh, yeah. I got 12 of them in a 20-gallon. That's it, though. You know, I tried to have more, but they kept, you know, one by one slowly dying until they just stabilized at 12, basically.
Yeah, it is what it is. Just, you really don't want to get into African cichlids unless you really want to get into African cichlids. And it will forever dominate your life.
No, I really like those. I really like the yellow labs and the mbunas. Those are, I think, my two favorite.
What's mbuna mean?
What does it mean?
Yeah. What's mbuna mean? What makes a cichlid an mbuna?
That's a good question for everybody here.
I know the answer, but
I don't know.
anybody else? It means rock. That's the not Swahili, but it's the African native language for rock dwelling.
Oh, okay.
It dwells within the rocks.
Yeah.
That's what mbuna means.
Yeah, I looked it up too. It said, and the first thing came up was it says rockfish.
Yeah, rock dwelling.
Yeah. I just think they're cool looking and just, you know, yeah. But you urged me not to do it.
They hang out in the rocks.
Yeah. Oh, Eduardo put means rock. Okay, he said it. He said, I've 4 yellow labs, you can have the cost of shipping. You don't want yellow labs?
You know what
Oh,
though?
Mississippi Hippie said that. Okay, hey, what's up?
I don't want to be, Debbie Downer or whatever, but I have to say what I see in my local shop
Mm-hmm.
as yellow labs do not look like the yellow labs I remember when I first started.
Really?
To me, a male Labidiochromis, it should have a dark band across the dorsal. It should have a dark band across the anal fin, and the yellow labs I see now, that they're yellow, but that's it.
Yeah.
It's like, really, we have on some of the standard species, we have hurt them, and yeah, I don't. If I ever have yellow Labidiochromis in any of my tanks, they will be the way they used to look, not
Is it
the
like,
way they look now.
is that what you're talking about right there?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the way a Labidiochromis should look like.
Yeah. And now what are you saying? They look more so like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, not sure what happened there then.
Long time profiteering and people management.
Yeah. Dang. Well, I mean, like, I'd love to have them, but at this moment, I know it's not going to happen because I got like 6 other tanks to kind of maintain anyway. But who knows? These from Petco, but they've grown up now. Okay. Yep. But no, Eduardo, I didn't buy the pump yet. I need to. I may do that today, actually. I don't know. That just gives me a reason to go back to the fish store. But yep. So what else is going on? How's your eel?
Who, mine?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's hanging out, trying not to bite me.
Yeah.
Eels don't do much, people. They really don't. They just hang out and just wait to be fed.
Yeah. They're also rock dwelling, huh?
That's all he does. He hangs out. He curls up in the rocks with his mouth sticking up, and he waits to be fed. That's all he does.
Yeah.
But that's okay, though, because he's fucking cool as hell.
Yeah. I would have, like, when you showed it to us that one time, I was just like, I just came up with the name. What is that? Leopard eel, because that's what it had, like the pattern of it.
Right, because
Yeah.
he's spotted. Honeycomb
Yeah,
eel is one of their names.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love him to death, and every time I go in there, he looks at me. He's like, "You're gonna feed me?"
All right. How long do you say those can live for?
Oh
Average?
God, I don't know what their life expectancy is. I'm sure it's over 10 years.
Yeah. Man, I got a long time to go with this Oscar. He's still not even full grown yet.
Yeah, that eel I have isn't even full grown yet.
Yeah.
He's got growing to do.
If you want tangs, my friend Anthony from Sick, great source. I never had a yellow tang. Never had one of those. Of course, they're always expensive. I mean, like a lot of the other tangs are too. But I haven't bought saltwater fish in a while. I just have the ones I have. I'm just kind of seeing how I'm keeping with that one, seeing how that one goes, and just with those fish. But if I ever get one, I definitely would love to get a yellow tang because I just think, or I mean, you think they look cool, Yellow tang's over $500. The most I've ever spent on a fish was the purple tang, and that was $199. It was $200. I didn't tell the wife, but if she's listening, she knows now.
Never tell the wife what you spent.
I saw it there.
Oh, I had that one. I've had that fish for years. You just seen it when it was little. Now it's big.
Yeah, right. You're like, I've had this one forever. What are you talking about? Yep. They were, when I kept yellow tangs, they were $4 in Vancouver.
All right, I got it, Mike, dude.
Yeah.
By the way, your package is labeled and everything. I fucked up. Yesterday, I thought the post office opened up at noon. So I went there at like 12:30-ish. They were closed. It turns out that it's actually, they close at noon. They're open in the morning and close at noon. And I was, in my mind, I was like, yeah, they don't open up till noon. And yeah, I had it all fucked up. So sometime tomorrow when I get off of work, I'm going to send everything off.
Right.
Because I forget what in the hell you won, but you won
It was that glass cube with the...
Oh, yeah. The 3D cube.
Yeah.
With the number 3 car.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Which is actually kind of cool, man. I hope you like it. All right. With that, I got to get out of here. And I'm going to go do some stuff. So, everybody, love you to death. But I'm out.
All right. See you later. Thanks for stopping by, Terry. Appreciate it. All right. What we got here? Okay. So, let me get back in this chat here. I'm like way back here at, let's see. I don't go too far back. We talked about rockfish, and Eduardo, you put, what'd you say? Take Sherry up on that offer. I don't have room for them. Oh, okay. What are they again? Let's see. I have to go back a little bit more here. Let's see what we're talking about. Oh, okay. The yellow labs. I got you. I'm just reading through this so I can catch up real quick. I'll just go to the bottom.
Hey.
This so I can catch up
real
quick. I'll just go to the bottom.
Let me hit mute on this a second. There you go. Yeah, the Sherry, Mississippi Hippie, she was doing a live stream and she was showing her labs. They're really, really gorgeous. She did mention that one of the males is a little bit aggressive, but if you got them in a bigger tank, they'll be good. And they're really, really healthy looking. I mean, you're just paying for shipping. So if you're thinking about it, go after it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's something you could do,
Yeah.
I was just on Jason's stream earlier, and 3G was showing his tanks. Oh man, I was like it was like a little kid in a candy store. I was like going to work. It was so freaking awesome. And it's sort of like he was actually giving away or sold, I believe, his albino Oscar, 2 Severum, gold Severums, and a green Severum. Mike, they were stunning. I mean, not a single nip on any of those fins. and he was giving away his puppy. Sold his puppy. Oh God, flower horn. Another one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hold on. Let me go take the wind chimes down again because they drive everybody crazy. Hold on.
Everybody says they're so loud.
Everybody happy now? Y'all happy? Thank you. Okay. It's just hey, you know, I'm outside the lanai, so the wind's it's really nice. It's 84
that's
degrees.
The thing, though. If you live in Florida, you have to have wind chimes.
Yeah, I mean, I got two all the way over there. You can barely hear them, but they're all the way up on the other side.
Yeah.
But anyway, those fish, Mike, they were stunning. And the other thing I wanted to tell you, I knew, if you're gonna get a new pump, remember I told you about the Uazi? This is the little one that I have.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you're gonna get one, yeah, they're a little bit pricier than others, but they are long lasting and very, very efficient, really efficient, and they got a good guarantee to them too. So depending if you buy where you buy them, I would order it online if anything. But going back to ordering fish online, back in the times when I worked at the LFS when I was a kid, we used to tell the customers, you know, how far away do you live? Are you gonna, you know, the fish can't live that long in the bag and this kind of stuff. And now we're shipping cross country, and 2-3 days, 4 days later, we're still getting fish and they're alive. So times have changed. Definitely.
Yeah.
Times have changed.
I just wasn't sure because I seen people. What was it? I was watching. This is an old video that that they did on KG Tropicals. Like he had the video where he was showing, you know, and he had like the blue liquid.
Yes.
Is that what? I mean, I don't know what that is. Like,
methylene, methylene blue. I think they used to put on it. It was like a calming effect for the fish.
Oh, okay.
And it kept them. And actually, when you get fish, and you put them in quarantine, that's what you do just in case. What's the other one? General cure. Just so that the fungus or they're stressing out, so you know they debilitate their immune system. So you want to keep them as healthy as possible. But you're welcome, RB. Sorry, it's just I took them down earlier, then I put them back up, and now I take them down again. But the chimes, you talk about the chimes, and they're very relaxing. You have no idea, except when it gets really, really windy and it gets really loud. But I know that if you have, in other words, I just said if you have headphones on, it really drives you nuts.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to the way we ship, I actually got I drove up to get my discus back in 2010. But my first shipped fish were last year. I got them from Flip Aquatics. I got the sparkling gouramis, the Amano shrimp, the loaches, and a couple others I can't remember right off the head, but they're all alive, every single one of them. My threadfin rainbows, which I love. And the only thing is they only send me males. I was so angry. But, you know, I didn't specify send me a mixture. And but it was good. And every single one of them are still alive. So you're talking about now what? That was June of last year. So a good amount of time and no diseases, no ick, nothing. Okay. They're all very healthy and doing great. And the Amano shrimps are just busting out. And the sparkling gouramis are right behind me in here in this tank. You know, and I got them really, really small, which is baby size, which is fine because I learned here's something that, you know, I didn't know. I found it it bothered me at first. And then I realized, ship them as babies or fry small. It's easier. You ship a big fish, and if it's not overnight delivery, you're taking a chance you might kill it. Where smaller fish, they're easier to ship, and they get there and it's a lot better. I mean, that's been my experience. Yeah. So I had the little fear of ordering fish online, but then I got it from Aquahuna, and then I got all my bettas from KG Tropicals, which every single one is alive except for one. But that's not their fault. It was just an older betta, right, and a female betta. But outside of that, nope, not an issue at all whatsoever. Plants, on the other end, I'd rather get them from local, only because the water is similar, and when you ship plants, I mean, I had a horrible experience 2 times with the same company. I got them, they did not deliver. It was in the middle of the friggin' summer, so it was like really hot, and they were supposed to get here. They shipped them on Monday. I was to get them by Wednesday, Thursday latest. I didn't get them until the following Wednesday. And when I saw them, I was fuming.
Yeah.
Fuming. And, it's not the money. Yeah, it was the money too, because it was $100 and something worth of plants. And one of the plants has survived. But, they did the same. They have a guarantee, so they sent me more. And they replaced them, but still, again, they shipped them. It was supposed to be overnight. Didn't come until 4 days later, and 3 of the ones that they shipped had perished. Then I just said, I'm not dealing with you no more. Just give me store credit. Just give me a credit to my account.
Yeah, right.
And I've heard people say beautiful things about this company. Not my experience. So, take it like a grain of salt. Everybody's experience is different. But definitely, if you're looking for a specific fish and stuff, you know who I trust more? Believe it or not, Mike?
Who?
That's right here in the chat. These right here in the chat. You see the fish. Like I said, if I knew 3G was getting rid of that, I would have set up a tank just to put those fish in. But he sold it. They're being picked up today. Stunning, beautifully, beautiful fins. Not a nip on them. I was like, yeah. And the flower horn, Mike, it was stunning. Big. Oh, it was just gorgeous. And I'm stupid like that. I'm literally on the camera, like, oh, look at this, look at that, oh wow. Like, it's I don't know. It's just when someone keeps fish, our hobbyists, our friends in the fish fam, and they demonstrate, and the fish are in optimal condition. You got somebody on the other side showing us that this is a fish keeper. This is a great fish keeper. And Mississippi Hippie, when she was showing hers, Sherry, I was like, wow. I didn't know she was getting rid of her ambunas. So if I were you, pay the shipping and grab them. I would collaborate. Oh, hi, good morning. Collaboration of curiosities is in, I think so. But yeah, that's definitely a thing. So now, if you're going, check out Oazi. You can check their websites and see where you can they're a European company, I believe, but a lot of companies now here has them. My local LFS, the little one that I told you about, the little shop, Perky Pets, he gets them. And every time he gets a new product, and he got the Oazi over the back filter, which is great for, I love them. You don't hear a word. Yeah. I mean, not a sound. They're so quiet. And I said, he only had one, and he had it in one of his tanks, a display tank, because he's about to order them, but he wanted to see if people would like them. He was trying it out so he can, Dallas was trying it out so that he can talk about them. I've had it for so long, and the water is crisp. There's no sound. They're really compact. They're really great. Long for the tall tanks, or shorter for like a 15 long or a 20 long. And I was like, yep. And the prices, they're negotiable. It was worth it. It was worth it. To me, when I want to get it's about quality, not the price. Sometimes the prices are way up there and they're not worth it. Not one bit. But sometimes you get that, your local fish store, or because I don't like shopping the big box stores for almost nothing. Yeah. But I like the locals, and I like that one-on-one. Same thing, like, you got a fish I want, you got these. I'm like, yeah, what are you going to do with that? Are you breeding that? Are you going to? Sure, I'll do it. Because I trust it. People are asking me, are you going to sell your fish? I'm like, I don't sell my fish. Yeah. If I have fry and you want one, I'll do my best to pack it up and just send it to you. Pay the shipping or whatever, but you got it. I think it was Bunny who wants my vampire swordtails. I'm like, once I get big enough from the breed, oh yeah, I'll send her a trio. I don't mind. I like that kind of stuff. I like
Right.
sharing my success or my fish success. It's not really me. I'm not the one in the tank doing anything. I'm
Yeah.
just setting it up so that they can breed and have that that thrill that somebody has something that you grew, you know, and what they're gonna say. Oh my God, I got this, I got that. And then looking at 3G today's tank, oh my God, as you were there, Sean was in there. They were amazing tanks, and the way they were, and he's in Louisiana. So 3G. Awesome. It's like I love that kind of stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm silly that way. I'm just a dumb nerd. But you
No,
know
I
what?
get it.
I don't care. I'll wear that badge with honor, you know. So it's kind of really cool that way. So that's what I do. So did you have you looked for a new pump or not yet? You just like
Not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, like what's the name of that one? That one that the brand?
It's OASE with a little apostrophe over the E. Owazi.
Okay.
It's pronounced Owazi.
Oh, okay.
I believe it's Sweden, or let me see if it's shipped from, I don't know, freshwater. This is North America, West Palm Beach. Oh, I got the website. It's owazi/livingwater.com. And they're here in Florida, actually.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the distributor's here in Florida. So it's Owazi -livingwater, one word, livingwater.com. Let me see if you can see it there. Yeah. There it goes.
Living.
Can you see that there?
Yeah, I wrote that down.
Yeah, and they're in West Palm Beach. So at least the distributor's in West Palm Beach.
Okay. Cool.
And they got different sizes. So you have a whole lot of choices. I got the little one because I'm not using it for water changes. I use it for, like you were talking about, circulation. So I put it in a tank just to circulate.
Oh,
so
okay.
And then when I'm doing a water change, I put them in and it circulates the water. So it grabs all the bottom. Because again, all my tanks are planted. So I just have all the whatever's on the bottom just come on up.
Right.
And just when I do the water change, it's easier. But this one I just got a couple of weeks ago because I have two of them. One's in the 180. It's a little bigger than this one, but that has a lot of the little kois. I don't have all my kois outside, so I keep them inside, and I keep them in the 180 only because the garter snakes will go in and eat them. They won't eat the bigger ones, but they'll take care of those real big time.
Yeah.
And I love my butterfly kois. I have the gold, the silver. I love their shine, and then of course I have the ponds. They're with that chicken wire on top because the raccoons, the squirrels, the vultures and owls, they'll come around, they'll snatch them up real quick. So you got to protect your babies.
Yeah.
Doesn't look great, but I don't care about looking. I'm just care they stay alive.
No, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
But you gotta do what you gotta do in order to protect them. That's how I see it. And keep them happy. Just keep them happy in their position.
You said you have a couple tanks outside.
Ponds, yes. There's two ponds.
Okay. Yeah.
One's 800. That's where the bigger goldfish are at, and the other one is where I have the some live bears are in there. I got guppies. I got minnows in there. I'm throwing in some swordtails that I picked up. And platies that I threw in there. Is a live bear pit. Only to just during this time they just breed like crazy and then take them to the LFS and store them and stuff like that. Yeah, I get to store credit and then I get to buy these things with the store credit.
Okay.
So,
but
I don't sell them. I just take them over there and that's it. And the mollies. I'm sorry, I forgot the mollies. I got the Larrytail mollies. I have them black. Gold, they're golden black, and black, jet black. Yeah, and I just take them over and do that. But it's sort of that kind of joy, when they're like breeding like crazy. I love that stuff. And I never really kept big cichlids except for the angels and the angels, the discus, and now with the electric blue Acaras, which I love.
Oh, I like those too.
Yep. And
Yeah.
3G had a whole bunch of them in as well. He had a whole bunch of them in at in his stream when he put them up. Again,
You know, I
really
like
good.
those fish. I really like. I mean, I didn't realize it, but I don't even have one right now.
You don't have a blue Acara?
No, I have had one in the past that
Right.
got pretty decent size a long time ago, but I just saw some good sized ones the other day over at the local fish store, and I was like,
Yep.
"Ooh, I want to get one of those."
Well, I like getting. Now I'll tell you this: I like getting. When I got my blue Acaras, I got 4 from Aquahuna. Shipped them from California, San Francisco. Got them.
Mhm.
Only 2 survived, but it wasn't their fault. Only 2 survived, and the ones that did survive is a pair, so the male and female. And I got okay. Let me see if I have. Can you see this?
Yeah,
Okay, so they were as big as only the white. That's how big they were.
right.
Right now,
Okay.
they're about the male is about that big. The female is half that size.
Yeah.
And I had another pair that I got at the LFS. At a different LFS, Fantasy House. Young kid, he does his own maintenance, and I went there in the corner. And he had a pair, and I grabbed them, and that was a male and a female. And now, though that male is like this, he's big. He's not full size yet, but he's big. And him and the female that's in with him, they've been breeding up in the 40. Up that's on the stairs with I have dinnerfish on top, rainbows up there, and awesome. So I took the fry and put them in another 40, and now they're growing out. And the LFS Dallas wants them. He's like, bring them, because they can't get them. They can't get them. And I'm like, Are you kidding? Mine breed like they're rabbits. It's like whatever, but they can't ship them. They don't get them, and they do come in. They look really crappy and stuff like that. So sometimes, if a local store is saying to a client, me, bring me your fish, why can't I trust you? You're breeding fish. I know that you're an Aquarius. I know that what you're doing is really great. So why shop anywhere else? Just buy them from the Fish Fan. Exchange them. That's why I love Sandy Farrell, and the Farrells, Dave and Brianne. They're great. They're really good. Jessie from the Aquatic Morning Show, and her bettas and her Corys and everything else that she's doing in there. Again, we're confident that they know what they're doing. And if they're good shippers, and Stephen P., the Guppy Mosh Pit, he sent me a whole bunch of copies. Not a single one came in dead on arrival. They were all perfect.
Yeah.
So they're all there in their tank. And so, and his plants are also doing great in my tank. So it's all about, and they're in Louisiana as well. That's 3G and funny. All 3 of those are in Louisiana. Jesse, 3G, and so it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
But you're going to be getting John and Lisa soon as well. It's going to be freaking awesome. They're going to be a couple of minutes away.
Too far, I guess. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Jesus, come on. They got the greatest betters in the world coming in. It's like freaking awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that you can go work part-time. Hey, sure, I'll go take care of your tax while you go to Aquashella, France or something,
Right. Yeah. Man.
Hey, Scuba Steve. Cool. Met him at Aquashella.
Oh,
and of course,
did?
Yes, he was there. Just see the video. I was taking a photo with Aquafunk, and he came from behind us and photobombed us and took his tongue out. I used that as the when I did my stream last week. But it's kind of just really, really cool, and you got to deal with it. So when you're going to the Clash, we're all going to the Clash. We're all going to the Clash. I just keep saying, even though you were talking about gas prices, right? Funny thing, I'm not going with that conversation, but as the prices of gas goes up, I'm saying, okay, so it jacked up about $1 here from $3.59 to $4.59 right now. I'm like, all right, well, whatever's happening in the world is going to affect us. We've been here before. It'll come back wherever. I just said, I hope by June it all is fixed, because you're talking about a good chunk of change driving from Florida all the way to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And someone said, well, you can just take the conversation I had previously, was you take a flight. I'm like, if you think the gas prices are going up and it's going to take, a couple of $100 more to drive up there, don't you think that the plane tickets are going to go up just as well? They use the gasoline as well. So I'm like, no, I'd rather drive because I like to have that freedom, because I'm also visiting mom and my sister in Pennsylvania. So, and she's about an hour away from where the class is in Morgantown.
Uh-huh.
And I like that freedom. Well, I just want to get in the car and drive.
Mm-hmm. So do I.
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah. Yep.
And look at him. Sean, you better. I'm going to smack you over the head. Take the bus.
You know how long it would take to get there?
Take the bus.
Like
Yeah, right. No, that's not happening.
Oh, man.
It's worth $1. Just drive. It's worth $1. It is worth $1. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to go because of gas prices. Sorry, that's not going to happen. I just have to make the adjustment so that I know I'm going to spend more on travel than I am. So I'm sorry. That's what I meant about that. How that conversation was. But to me, it's the product demand. You don't have right now, all retail companies are hurting. I think if anybody looking for a good part-time job, go to Target. They're paying $25 an hour part-time work because they can't get the employees. It's a bonus that they're doing. So if anybody's not making $25 an hour, go to Target. They're offering a benefit for that. Man. And the truth is, as a teacher, I'm tired. Not tired of my students, not tired to go to work, not tired of what I do. I'm tired of the administration constantly adding more and more responsibilities to us.
Mm-hmm.
Safety. I don't carry to work. I'm over here, hurricanes or
you said the
shootings outside the school or whatever. I'm not prepared for that. I'm in a classroom to teach, to pass on a lesson to someone. I don't have time to be thinking about what's happening in the world out there. Right now, our world is in that room, in each classroom. It's not like we're shutting the world out, but yet they're shutting us out of the world by putting restrictions on novels, which has, Mike, you have no idea, that has been driving me up a wall. Taking really historical novels from our classroom that we've taught about diversity, and now it's or this, that, or the other. No, that's the kind of I'm tired of right now. But then again, I'm that rebel that I don't shut up. Not that you noticed, but I can't allow atrocities to happen. I gotta speak up. So that's just me. And I acknowledge the fact that Alishon was in here. He's like, he's fooled us all. When I told him I'm very grateful for his knowledge and how he shares it. And he's really, really, really knowledgeable. And he goes, I fooled you all. I'm like, no, you haven't. And there's a lot of really wonderful, knowledgeable fish keepers in the fish fam. Mm-hmm. And we learn. We got to continue learning. I know it's kind of like ironic. I'm a teacher. I'm always going to say that. But it's the truth, right? You got to go with the truth. So, that's how I see it anyway.
Yeah. I'm definitely, since you brought it up, I'm definitely going to be looking more towards the fish fam, like for getting fish. You know what I mean? Because you made a good point. So,
Dan's Fish, who has a stunning record of shipping fish. Mm-hmm. He has a stunning record. And he talks about that in his live streams as well. He actually gives us like an update of how his fish have gone for that week. And yes, his fish are on the more expensive side than anywhere else that I've noticed, but you're getting quality fish. So, and you're getting good size fish. You're not getting babies and stuff like that. And his shipping rate is really, really high, up in the 90s, 95s, or 97, 98s. So that fear that you mentioned about, I don't know about, ordering fish online, definitely Dan's Fish is one that I definitely, Flip Aquatics is another one that's really, really good.
Okay.
And but there's also that I won't mention. I won't mention their name, but I will never buy from them ever again. I told you about the plants. I had issues with one here in Florida. That just is, you know what? No, your attitude sucks. Your fish suck. Or poor fish came in poor condition. The fish didn't have anything to do with it. But you know, and then you have the arrogant attitude to saying that you didn't like my comment. Well, guess what? I didn't like the way you shipped your fish. End of subject.
Right.
And you lost me as a customer. Period. But
Yeah,
again, I believe that embracing those that we actually get to talk and see and experience it. You know, someone's showing their fish, you know that their tanks are awesome, the fish are healthy, and they're breeding. And if they're breeding, Mike, just think about that for a second. If fish are breeding on their own without doing with anything with the Aquarius, in other words, I'm not talking about those that are out here that are for profit, you know, that are for profit. I'm just talking about us, the regular Aquarius that are just working with our fish, like you are, like I am. I'm not breeding anything for money and nothing like that. I'm not on YouTube to make any money. I'm just here to just get whatever I want to talk about and have friends to talk about this stupid nerdy hobby that we have for over 45 years in my life. But if I see that, oh yeah, I'm gonna talk it out. I'm gonna spew it out, and I say, yes, I saw those fish that Sherry was talking about. Yes, they're healthy. Yes, they're in great condition. And if you wanted them, go get them. I'm not putting a gun to your head. I'm just saying, if you trust me, I saw that. I see, like I said, 3G was selling on his fish, which he, by the way, he does it on Jesse's stream, or in Jesse's the aquatics, you know, in her business, and I didn't know that. Now that I saw it, I'm like, I'm gonna text Jesse, hey Jess, you got these from 3G? If they're from 3G, I want them. You know what I mean? Because I trust him. I trust what he demonstrated. And I trust the quality of his fish and the quality that he produces. And he's not doing it for profit. He's just another one, just like you and I, growing fish. So,
yeah,
that's it. I like getting a fish that has a story. Yes, Sean said that. Yes, I love that. I love when that I got him. I grew him up from a fry. That's why I love. Have you seen Misfits? Have you seen his Misfits, Reptiles and Aquatics?
I know who he is.
You know who he is, Brennan, right? Yeah. Well, he was showing off some of his fry flower horns. He has like 6 or 7 stunning little fish, and he has some what was it, convicts? Yeah, that's exactly what Sean is saying. Good lineage, proper breeding. There, you know, Jason Degenerate. I hope he changed his name because he's far from being a degenerate, but another knowledgeable person, doing the videos. I love everything he's done, and even Fishymon, who was just up there, he has some red bristlenose, stunning fish that bred in his tank. Don't know. I'm sure he did absolutely nothing, but the quality of his tank gave those fish the opportunity to breed. And again, that's what shows you that that's a fish keeper. Yeah, it's not a bleep. It's they're working on it. They're doing right. They're doing right by the fish, and then of course they get so many that they got to give them away or go to the local fish shop, and hey, we're here. We want some. So that's it.
Fishymon has amazing tanks. Everyone.
Oh, I don't sleep on Fishymon. Sorry, I know Kirk. I know Sean. He's good, but I hope he's not on stream listening to this because all of a sudden he'll just get a big ass ego and then want to pop up and then talk about it again. But you know who wants his flamingo crypts? Steven. He has flamingo crypts in his tanks, and Stevens wants them. He wants to grab them from him. So yeah, you know that's not an easy plant to keep, and Fishymon has it. Yeah, in Pennsylvania water. Okay, that's the cracker. You know, it's in Pennsylvania water, which is horrible at times, and it's doing that. Another one is Skipper. Skip, he has them as well. You know, I guess that's where it goes down to. I mean, we've been around a little bit, and connecting with each other here on the tube, it just adds to the dynamic of really. I mean, I've been doing it for 45 years, right? And there's fish that I haven't tried yet. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? I'm like, I just saw two in 3G's tanks. Oh my God, help me here a second, Sean. What were the sucker ones that were? Oh God, Pandagoras. I've been wanting them forever. He had 2 in the tank with the red tail, stunning fish, and then he had the humongous, gorgeous Congo tetras. Mike, I was like, what? I mean, he had a bunch of males and 1 female, but I was like, stunning. Yes. I don't know. I must come across as an idiot, right?
No.
I do. It's just a passion that I have when I see something that was really enjoyable, and it really brought out the quality of the fish fam persona. And like I said about Alishon, he's very knowledgeable, extremely knowledgeable. There's so many of us out here that just have so much to offer. And you get frustrated or something, don't give up. Go on stream, ask, don't whine. The only wine you should have is in a glass, and you cup it down whenever you want. But whining, don't do it. Come up and say, hey, listen, I'm having an issue with this. Anybody out here want to help me with this? This is what happened, and I'm doing that. Did I do something wrong? Anyone want to offer some advice? And and I'm sure there's a million of them out there that would say, hey, listen, I would try this, or did you do this, and did you check that? And I may be stupid questions, but I don't believe in stupid questions. But you think that they're stupid to you, and you ask, I did this, and should I have done something different? And someone's going to say, yeah, try this. I've had this success because of that. I didn't know. Learned today as well. There was a plant that that 3G had in his tanks that are actually seasonal water plants. They come a time where they die down, they go dormant, and then they sprout up. I had them. I thought they died. I dumped them. Little did I know that I just threw away $50 worth of plants.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was like, they were doing fine. All of a sudden, they're dead. There's nothing there. It's it's like a bulb. So they go back. And it's a seasonal plant. Go figure that out, Mike. Go figure that out. I was an idiot. I wish I could go back and just pull them out of the garbage, Actually, I threw them in the back, but okay. Let me see. People need to take people's advice seriously and ask the right people. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. And it'll never get solved. I 100% agree with you on that one.
Yep.
I 100% agree with you, Alan Sean. It's sort of like bring it up. Like I had an issue a few months ago. I think I told you about the rummy nose tetras that died in this tank and the cardinal tetras that died in this tank and nothing else died. Remember that? And I told you that I mentioned that everything, the water quality, they don't share water, they don't share anything. And I realized that in this tank is that when I hope Mystery Snail Gardens doesn't hear this, but I was putting a Sichi filter in there, power filter, and there was a snail underneath it, and I crushed it. Ooh. I killed it. That shock, that toxin must have killed the rummy nose because it went overnight from yesterday to today. But then again, what happened to the cardinal tetras? They died the same way overnight. And then I heard Brennan Misfit say, lightning can kill your fish as well. Even if they don't get hit, they can kill your fish. He had an experience, and I was like, not for nothing, but there was lightning that weekend. So it could be that was that, and the lightning was, and the light literally crazy. The fish. There's if you see this light again, this is natural light. No light is on. Nothing's on. It's all the natural light. Why wouldn't it affect it? It's right out here. It's water. It's conducive. It can be conductive with electricity. Boom. And it just affected that particular fish. You never know.
Yeah.
Fish are finicky that way.
Mm-hmm.
And again, through the experience of other people's experiences, you can come up to surmise what could have gone wrong. Yeah. And what can you do to prevent it for the next time? Like next time, don't friggin' shove something in there without first checking if there's something underneath it for the mystery snails.
Yeah, true.
Again, I never had mystery snails until recently. And I purchased some ivory and I purchased some blues. And then what I did was I didn't know that they can mix each other up. So I put some blues and ivories on this one, some blues and ivories over there, some blues and ivories over here. And then they went hog whore crazy. And now I have, a bunch of babies. And the lid on this tank right here at the top has 4 nests, 4 eggs from the blue and the ivory.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of babies. So I'm like, okay. So now what? And you know something weird? I've been to the 2LFS. They got different kinds of snails, like assassin snails, which I would never buy, and other stuff, but they don't have mystery snails. Apples. They also have apple snails, but they don't have mystery snails. So I asked Dallas, I said, why don't you have mystery snails? Can't get them. And I'm like, really? I'm looking at my babies. I'm like, are you serious? Like, there goes another one that I can go and give up. And then they're mixed. And I learned something. It goes to the learning experience. Annette from Mystery Snail Garden, she's like, there's 7 or 8 color variations or morphs to them. So if you mix a blue and an ivory, you can get a purple, you can get an ivory, you can get a black, you can get, because it all depends where their genetics come from, or something to that effect, where their morphism is. Great word, now morphism. I just feel like a Power Ranger. Anyway, yeah. Oh, I'm so silly. But it's, yes, the variable is so endless, like Sean said. And I'm like, there's another, I want to use all my mystery snails all over. I have one, Mike. He's in with the Dumbo Beta inside. That guy, I got them all the same size. They were like this big, maybe, when I got them. This one is the largest. He's literally like this.
Wow.
Huge. In one little 7-gallon tank with 1 betta.
Yeah.
Oh, and 2 coolie loaches.
Okay.
I took the coolie loaches out of the 75 and put them over there. It's the ones that I found. Because I'm like, I don't see you as much, so I'm going to move them over there. So I moved them over there with the betta. So now I see them all the time.
Right.
And, but.
Like coolie loaches, yeah.
Yeah, love them. And it's like, that's how I deal with it. I don't know. That's my experience, and I'm sticking with it.
Yeah.
But definitely cichlids, and the ones that I want to get are shell dwellers.
The what?
Shell dwellers.
Oh, okay.
Yep. But I'm more 3 fish that I have on my list. It's the Congo tetras, the garas, and the ones Jennifer Weaver gave out in Vinay's auction, which was the orange fire. Oh God, Sean, what were they again? They were orange flames or orange flares. I forget the name of it, but they're the beautiful red, deep orange apistos. Yeah, Sean is just cracking up because I can't remember. So he's just laughing it up. Sean, I'm going to go Ohio and I'm going to kick you all the way to Michigan, and which is not that far. Orange Flash. Thank you, Orange Flash. He's such a son of a. Anyway, but yeah, the Orange Flash again. I think she's in Pennsylvania, and we're gonna meet her at the Clash again. Another one we're gonna meet. And she bred these. These were her babies. And even though they were showing photos of, from other places, she was saying in the chat, mine look better than that. Then Paul Sotero got them, and he was like, yes, they're freaking awesome. There you go. So don't tell me that our fish fam doesn't have great fish. Right. We got some excellent breeders, and we got some excellent, actually, I don't want to say breeders, excellent, superb fish keepers, and I'm so happy about that.
Anywhere but Michigan.
Anywhere but Michigan. All right. You said everything but Flash. I know. I got it. You had me cracking up. He enjoy when I can't come up with a name. He did that earlier today too. I couldn't think of Flash. It was, you know. But those are my top 3 that I want to get that I have not had.
Okay.
And then of course there's a whole gambit of since I was young, I've always adored penguin Tetris. You've ever had them?
I never had those kind.
I have them right now. Those are like I have 12 or so in the Tetra tank. Because I have a Tetra tank only with Tetris and a couple of what do you call it? The blue cars and 2 little angels, gold angels. But orange flash are a breed of this species of fish. Apistogramma cacatoides. Correct. That's right. Thank you, Sean. That's the name I remember more, the cacatoides. But the orange flash is that. That's correct. Yes. And they're orange with the black stripe. Have you seen those, Mike?
I don't know. I don't know if I
look them up. They're gorgeous apistos. Apistogramma cacatoides. And if you break that word up, cacatoides, caca. Studios. But those are the ones that I love. And crebensis. Everybody it was Dee Dee just took a whole bunch of crebensis to her LFS. Jesse was talking about getting rid of all the crebensis, and I love the crebensis. They're just like convicts and guppies. They breed like crazy, but I love them.
Yeah.
You know, and I have not been able to get them. And I seen them at the local pet shop. No, I'm not buying them from them. I'm grabbing them before I can get them. That are in the fish fan. So to me, it's more that way. That's the way I prefer it.
Yeah, I'm gonna start looking at it. Yep, sure.
So where's the wifey today?
She's upstairs.
Oh, she hasn't come up. She's not doing live yet?
I keep telling her. She's like, don't worry, I'll do it soon.
Oh, she said at least make an appearance.
I know, right?
You know, say hi. Hey, Boricua, you know, that kind of thing.
Right.
Talk about
I gotta drag her on one.
You know, just have the conversation and she gets used to it. That's all.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, she's a woman. She doesn't have to do all the makeup like you and I do. You know, we got to put all this fake hair on our faces and, you know, wear glasses to cover our true blindness. So, you know, all they do is they show up and we're like, ooh, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's the fun part.
Yeah. But yeah, I've been on here for like 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah, we killed it. What was it? 2 days ago? 3 hours? Yeah, we were killing it.
Like 4 hours that one time.
Yes, I know. But it was great. Thank you. I came up to say always support.
Yeah, definitely.
Clear everything up.
And, yeah, I got to see if it's supposed to be 80 degrees where I'm at today. In Virginia Beach, it's supposed to be 80 degrees here.
It's 86 here right now. 86.
Oh, I can believe that. In fact, I'm thinking, is it only 86 there?
Yeah, right now it's 86 here, but because of you hear the wind chimes, it's windy.
Yeah.
So it's like open up the whole house and let the wind take everything out and refresh the house kind of thing. You know, Boricua kind of thing to do.
Yeah.
It's not spring cleaning, or is it spring cleaning? Nope, it's a Puerto Rican thing to do. Open the house when it's spring and let it all out.
I might actually do that today.
But it's like just clear the house out. You know?
Open up the window, yeah, just to do that. Yeah.
When you say windows, I open up this door, the back door, because I have screens everywhere, and I just let the wind blow. Remember, I'm in a 2-story just like you are, so it's just open up the windows and let it all blow out. So, thanks, Mike. Thank you, Sean. Always appreciate everything. Thank you so much.
Man.
Thank you, Mike. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, take it easy.
Say hello to the wife. Bye, guys, in chat. Bye.
Bye. All right. That's awesome, man. So, thanks everybody. I know I've been looking through this earlier. And let's see. But yeah, I definitely got to get out. I got to get outside for a few minutes at least. It's supposed to be a nice day, and being in the house all day can get like, well, you know. So again, I am going to take off. It's been a good stretch. Everybody, thanks for stopping in. Who we got? S, thanks again for, you know, wanting to be a moderator. I just figured out, you know, like what that all entails. Fishymon, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the great info. I'm going to check out what you tangled up in cichlids. RB, thanks for stopping by. Eduardo, again, thanks for coming up. Alishon, Mississippi Hippie. Petro Man, I'm going back a little earlier. This is earlier, so. And who was on here? Scroll. Okay. And who else? I know there's, yep. Collaboration of Curiosities. That's a crazy name. Thanks for stopping by. And I will see you guys later on. I'm going to go take care of some stuff and, you know, just around the house and all that good stuff. So appreciate it. I will see you guys later.